Welcome back to my weekly rants where we talk about what's hot, what's not, and everything in between. It is your girl Dominica. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we really got to get in the comments on this video. So probably like most of you, I rushed and tuned into the Breakfast Club this morning to watch the Wendy Williams interview. Now, there was two interviews today. There was one with the Breakfast Club, of course, and then there was one with Don Lemon. Sorry. I'm going to talk about both. Obviously, one with the Breakfast Club, she stated that she wanted to give them that exclusive. So that one came on first, and that one was a lot more in depth, in my opinion. Went into more detail, was much more effective. Now, before I get into the meat and potatoes and what I thought about the Breakfast Club interview and Don Lemon's video, I just want to say, like many of you all, I love Wendy. I've been a Wendy watcher and listener since the very beginning. I live in California, and I remember listening to her radio show on like satellite radio, you know, before like the internet was like booming, where you could like, now we could get content from anywhere at any time, right? Back then it's like you had to find the radio station in New York, tune in, you know, however you could. And so I've been just a really big fan and admire and really have respected Wendy and what she did throughout her career. It really has been an inspiration to all of us. Like many of you also, I am really into pop culture and celebrity news and gossip and all those things. And she just, as you all know, she's done it like no one has ever been able to do it. And no one since her, I don't think, ever will be able to do it. And so we all, well, myself, no, I shouldn't say we all, there were some people out there that had some negative things to say once she started, you know, having some health issues or personal issues. And I'm just not that type of person. Obviously, I love her a lot. Even if I didn't, I don't ever want to see somebody suffer or see them have a downfall. So I've been concerned. I think we've all been concerned. Like, where is Wendy? Nobody's hearing from her recently. Thankfully, we saw her at her son's college graduation. We saw her out with caretakers. But it's like, what the heck is going on? I watched the documentary like glued to the TV, and that was really hard to watch. It didn't show her in the best light. There was just a lot going on in that documentary. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. But today we got to hear directly from her. She called into the Breakfast Club with her niece Alex on the line, and I love the relationship that she has with Charlamagne. I've always loved the relationship that they had. That actually was one of the things that attracted me to her show in the beginning. I'm like, she has this really cool dynamic with this dude who's really rough around the edges, and he really speaks his mind. And so I've always loved their dynamic together. And so I'm happy that she's been reaching out to him, calling him, and he's now bringing this issue to light, which is this conservatorship that she's in that obviously seems like it's being mishandled. It seems like that she's being abused mentally and emotionally. She's describing that she's basically in some kind of glossed up jail, so to speak, a old folks home, where most people there are in their 80s or 70s or 80s and really you know, in wheelchairs, or just, she's saying basically not in the same conditions she's in. You know, obviously there may be some issues there. She didn't go into detail obviously what those are. She said she didn't want to talk about, you know, what was shown in the documentary. But as she's talking, it's like, okay, it sounds like she is of a clear enough mind to, at minimum, be with her family. Like, why is this woman locked up in some type of medical prison facility and can't go be with her sister, her niece, who advocates for her strongly? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And I'm glad it was clarified when she was talking kind of in circles and not complete sentences at times, it was clarified that she was doing that because a lot of things she cannot talk about for legal reasons. Because initially it was like, okay, what is going on? Why isn't she not completing her thought and sentences? You start thinking, okay, is this a cognitive thing? And they made that very clear that no, that's not why she wasn't saying certain things, and she kept pushing her niece Alex to speak. But you could just tell there was just too much they could not say because of what's going on legally. The other thing that really bothered me is that they expressed that they were taking a risk by calling into the radio and bringing awareness to this issue because she faces retaliation. So because she's calling in, putting out all this information, she could possibly have her phone taken away, which we learned by watching the interview. She doesn't even have her phone. She has like some little burner phone that they gave her. The conservator holds her actual phone, so she can call people but nobody can call her. She's in this small room with a television. She doesn't get to go out. Small window. I mean, literally that sounds like jail. I don't know about you guys. Drop below and let me know your thoughts, but this sounds like a jail to me. The door is locked to her room. They call it an apartment, but she said it's not an apartment, it's a room. And it has to be open with a key for her to get in and out. Her cats, you know, she talks about her cats all the time. Her cats have been taken from her. And her cats are, this being held over her head that, oh, your cats are gone. That was told to her after she did something else that they didn't like. So that's abuse. That's like emotional abuse. So she did something they didn't like by like trying to get help, try to get the word out. And they were like, oh, by the way, your cats are gone. They're gone forever, you know. And, you know, her dad's 94th birthday is coming up. She wants to go spend time with her dad. And they're like, and you going to see your dad is up in the air. Basically, since you want to act up, we're going to take what little privileges you have away from you. Like, what the F is going on? Free Wendy now, okay? The way I saw somebody in the comments say the way that everybody was rioting to free Britney, that's how we need to be rioting to free Wendy. This is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane. And so obviously we realize by reading between the lines based on what she's saying, by her being in this conservatorship and her being locked up, I mean, someone's gaining financially because of this. So they want to keep her in this position because this is putting money in somebody's pocket. This is not okay. This is not okay at all. The other thing that was really weird is that the young lady on the Breakfast Club, what's her name? La Rosa. I can't remember her full name, but something La Rosa. They sent her to the facility to go visit Wendy. She's talking to Wendy on the phone as she's going to the facility. She gets to the facility. They look Wendy up in the computer. They're like, oh yeah, she's here. They start doing the check-in process. Then she said all of a sudden, like security guards, these men come to her and they're like, what do you want? What do you need? There's nobody here by that name. So it goes from, yes, Wendy's here. Let's get you checked in. Oh, we have to call her conservator. It went from that, getting her conservator on the phone, to these men coming out. And like she said, she felt threatened. She felt like she was in danger. She didn't feel safe. And then they start saying, there's nobody here by that name. There's no Wendy Williams here. There's no conservator that we have to call. We don't know what you're talking about. Basically, you got to leave. And this whole time, Wendy's on the phone with her. Like, no, I'm here. Send her up. This is like a movie. This is like a effing movie. So I don't know if you guys already saw, but I'm going to link it down below in the description of this video. But let me grab some water. Hold on. Her niece has a GoFundMe. They're asking for donations to, you know, get her some help. You know, she's going to need help to continue to fight this. They said they've been going through this for 3 years. 3 years. 3 years when he's saying she hasn't had her phone. She doesn't have access to her family. Clearly, she's suffering mentally. She's depressed. Like, what? It was really upsetting to watch, you guys. Had to jump on here and talk to you guys about it. Please comment below. Click the link and support if you can. Post about this as much as you can. Use the hashtag freewendy. They want everybody to use the hashtag freewendy, okay? So anytime you post about it, if you're leaving comments in this video, please like this video so it can get out to more people. Put Free Wendy in the comments. Just spam that Free Wendy everywhere, okay? You guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe. God, you guys, the interview with Don Lemon, I forgot to talk about, but that's my point. It was so ineffective. Like, they could have just skipped that. She really didn't say much in that. He was doing most of the talking. Now, I did find out that she was late getting on the call, so it was much shorter than they planned it to be, but she didn't really say anything on that one. Like I said, he was doing most of the talking, and I didn't, if I'm honest, I didn't really like the things that he was saying. He was talking about like some stuff that, and he said that he had the okay to talk about it, but he was talking about some stuff that he had experienced with her when she came to visit and hang out with him and his husband and all this other stuff. So watch the Breakfast Club interview. His was, worthless, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Leave me some comments. Let's talk about this. Let me know if you watched the interview. Were you glued to it? What are your thoughts? I got on my knees. I prayed for Wendy today. Let's pray for her. Let's pray that she's released from this horrible conservatorship, and the people that are behind it and doing these horrible things to her, that they need to have some consequences. That some of the things that they're doing, a lot of things that they're doing is illegal. The system is broken. So they're also wanting to shine light to this broken system. So yeah, you guys, let's talk about it. Like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.